You know, I've mentioned this multiple times before in multiple videos, but the awesome part about Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo and PC and just all these platforms where they have different types of games and different games is, you know, they all bring something a little bit different to the table. And that's the reason why I think people really kind of gravitate towards it. Like, and I've sort of noticed this a lot, and you know, a lot of people don't like to mention it because you bring up the exclusive word, and when you start talking about exclusives, people start kind of feeling a certain way about things. And let's just be honest, PC has exclusives. I mean, if you look at the games that PC gamers play, the games that are most played, it's stuff like Dota 2, and you have just a lot of games like that, you know. And I totally understand that. I do. You know, they play that. They play League of Legends, and you know, there's usually like certain types of games, and it's usually like an online type game. You know, Team Fortress or whatever. And I don't think those games in particular would do very good on console. They're more geared towards, you know, PC gamers. And then when you look at Nintendo, I don't think there's any doubt about it that Nintendo caters towards their fan base with their own exclusives, and I think that that's fantastic. They've really done a good job for their fans. They put out the type of games that their fans want. You know, they do a Zelda or two a generation, a Mario or two a generation, a Mario Kart, a Smash Brothers, and they keep their fans happy. You know, they're starting to mix in a little bit more stuff. I think Splatoon was a big hit for them. Animal Crossing, obviously, a big hit for them. But the point is, their exclusives are what their fans want. You look at Sony, the same thing. I'm actually super thankful lately because with everything that's going on with a lot of the third-party members out there, Sony's like the last stand for big AAA single-player experiences that aren't loaded with microtransactions and things like that, and I'm super excited by that. I think that that's amazing. You know, they've done a really good job with that. Microsoft was really known for catering towards that big AAA crowd as well. That's why I was such a huge Xbox fan for so long. The original Xbox just drew me in so much. It was so hardcore, you know, DOA, you know, they did the volleyball Dead or Alive. They did Halo and, you know, Forza Motorsport, and what I thought was one of the best, most underrated games, which was Critical's of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay. That was such a fantastic game on the original Xbox, and they had all these games that couldn't really been done, and you know, and I think that it's very interesting that they've kind of fallen from that, and it looks like they're going to get back into it, obviously, right? So Starfield is something that obviously is going to get people talking. Now, the funny thing to me is a lot of Xbox fans, and not every one of them, I don't want to pigeonhole them because I know not everyone is doing this, but a lot of Xbox fans go out there and they pretend like they don't care about exclusives or that exclusives don't matter, and you know, and I just always find that funny. You know, they'll hype up something else like, you know, Game Pass. Game Pass isn't really a reason to buy a new Xbox though. Right, you can 99.9% of the library in there you can play on an Xbox One. So again, you don't really need an Xbox Series X or an S to actually play one of these things. But the Xbox fans, because they've had you wait so long, 618 days as of today, since the last Xbox console AAA exclusive, that they act like they don't matter and they say they don't matter and exclusives don't matter when all the other platforms, of course, they matter. I mean, people play these other platforms specific. Yes, third party is important, but you got to have something that drives that as well, because you can play third parties on anything. So you need something that's going to drive people to your box. And Microsoft hasn't really had that lately. Now it looks like that they're going to be able to have that with Starfield, and we've seen some leaks and some leaked screenshots, and it's confirmed. Like, again, I've been saying this for a long time. I don't know why people, like, a lot of the times will think that I said something or put words in my mouth that aren't exactly true. A good instance of this is a lot of people assume that I said that Starfield wouldn't be exclusive. No, I actually thought Starfield made the most sense to be exclusive because it's a brand new IP, and that's what Microsoft needs. They need new AAA IP that really kind of puts Xbox back on the map, that gets people excited, gets people talking. And you know what? People are excited and people are talking, and they're talking about Xbox and Xbox exclusives. And it's so nice to see Xbox fans excited about exclusives that I always kind of wonder why they always act like they don't matter. And there's a certain contingent that still do, will act like they don't matter. Of course they matter. So obviously Starfield has been a minefield of leaks recently, going as being as far as the official Bethesda survey, and new screenshots of the game have emerged, and Starfield is one of the most anticipated games from Bethesda, next to Elder Scrolls 6, which isn't even really underway yet. The hype around the project has remained consistent since it was a brand new IP from the same studio and creator that brought the Elder Scrolls series to life. Now, there's been previous coverage and details that were shared on Starfield by Todd Howard. What we know so far is that this is going to use the creation engine, and it's primarily a single-player game. Now there's been a user that has summarized the new leaks that have appeared for the game that includes brand new screenshots and details on the factions that might be part of the game. First of all, there's the SNA, or the Space National Alliance. They are a major faction in the game. Other leaked details include Axion Energy, which is a company producing selling energy. Crete Base, as seen in the screenshots, and Tech, which apparently manufactured something in the world of Starfield. Black Fleet is the title of the ship that can be seen in the screenshots. I'm going to link this so you guys can check it out. Now, the screenshots, I believe, are supposedly from 2018. So, you have to kind of take them with a little bit of a grain of salt that, hey, they don't look that great, in particular, the environments and stuff like that. The new screenshots match the previous major leak that showed similar looking screenshots belonging to a 2018 build, so it's likely that the visuals will be improved by the time the game officially launches. But again, Bethesda isn't really known for their exclusive games graphically, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think any of their games looked amazing. So supposedly, allegedly, the game was targeting a release window of 2021. However, it could be delayed. It'll apparently obviously be exclusive to Xbox and PC. Again, so this game was announced at E3 2018 and has been pretty much missing in action ever since. But yeah, that's a pretty big thing. That's a big nugget for Xbox fans. Now, on the other side, you have a Sony executive and Sony talking about their exclusive. This is why these exclusives matter. This is why it's such a cool thing that so many people talk about these things. And, I think that it really kind of helps to bring these out into the open, because, look, Sony has officially announced, hey, we've got over 25 exclusives in the work. Half of those 25 are new IP. Now, being realistic about it, probably 10 to 14 are really big AAA exclusives, and I think that's fine, because you got to have a good mix of AA, AAA, all that kind of stuff, and I like that they're doing that. But apparently that's having a lot to do with their own first party stuff, because now they're talking about they have third party exclusives as well, and there's plenty for the PS5 in the months and years ahead. PlayStation Studios head Herman Hulst recently said that Sony has over 25 exclusive games in development for the PlayStation 5. And with those games, including the likes of God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo 7, and many more on the top of those, it definitely looks like the PlayStation 5 players are going to have a lot to look forward to. But there's plenty more on the horizon as well. Responding to a post about the aforementioned quote on their LinkedIn page, Christian Svensson, Vice President and Head of Global Third-Party Relations at PlayStation, teased the upcoming third-party output for the PlayStation as well. He's saying, just wait until you see what's coming from our third-party partners too. Now, there's plenty of third-party exclusives have already been announced for the PlayStation 5, including the likes of Ghostwire Tokyo, Deathloop, Forspoken, Final Fantasy 16, Kena Bridge of Spirits is also launching as an exclusive in August, and I think that we're going to see even more of that. Some of the stuff that we've seen recently, including the ex-Bungie developers making a multiplayer-only game for PlayStation 5, and then you have Jade Raymond, the former Assassin's Creed, Splinter Cell, Stadia person, making an exclusive for PlayStation 5 as well. And the interesting thing about, that's obviously not going to be ready for a long time, but it's very nice to see people making things exciting happen for PlayStation going forward, and I think that's going to be what a lot of people are looking forward to. So, sort of in a direct idea, a direct response to what's going on with Sony and Microsoft in terms of, hey, Microsoft is finally getting something big. Microsoft is getting a big exclusive of their own. And it does look like we're starting to see, a lot of this stuff happen in a good way for PlayStation as well. They're coming out there with their own announcements and stuff like that. So yeah, very, very cool to see that. I love seeing more announcements and things like that. It makes my day. It just really kind of makes me happy. You know what I mean? I think that it's great. I think that it's exactly what fans have been asking for, to be excited about the present, because you're getting stuff like Returnal, Ratchet and Clank next month, Horizon Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, but also to know that there's amazing things on the horizon beyond that. I think that is absolutely great as well. And I think that that's exactly what people are talking about and what people are going to continue to kind of talk about, and that gets me very excited as a fan. So with that being said, I absolutely love hearing from you guys. I know things have changed around here, but I appreciate you all, each and every one of you. I'll link this stuff in the description. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.